So in this lesson, we're going to talk about pre-qualifying your leads for the discovery call. Okay. It's very important that you pre-qualify your leads because you want to make sure that whoever you get on the phone with actually is serious about working with you. Okay. They're not here just trying to vet your process and, take up your time. So we're going to go through how you're going to be able to pre-qualify them very easily. Once you find your client on LinkedIn and you message them and you start building that relationship, you want to invite them into your calendar to book with you on your calendar. And you can name it business strategy session, strategy session. I would stay away from the words discovery call because that can be scary, but you can write discovery call too. That might be another way of subliminally pre-qualifying your leads. If they're not willing to have a discovery call, maybe they're not a good fit. But I usually stay away from those words because it makes people think of higher rates and scares them off before they even have opportunity to find out if what you're offering is going to help them. So I use Calendly. And in Calendly, you can get a free account or you can get the pro. I use the pro, but the free account does the same thing. It doesn't do the same thing, but it does allow you to add questions. You get up to 10 questions. And after you, put in your description and what have you, and they choose the date, they put in their name, their email address, and then you start to ask them questions, very important questions that are going to help you figure out if this person's a good fit from the jump. If you go to page 77, the questions are all laid out, but I'm going to go over them right now and why each question is important. So the first one is, what inspired you to book a call with me instead of someone else? One, you want to know what is it about you that attracted them versus someone else, but you also want to know, and you want to use that language in your marketing. You want to be able to use that language. You want to be able to craft to that. So the more people you speak to and they're able to tell you why they spoke to you instead of someone else, it's going to be possible for you to use that language in your marketing and for you to hone in on those traits that they really appreciated. The second one is, what are your 6-month business goals? The reason I said 6 months is because the program is designed to be 6 months if you do the live program. And so what do you want to accomplish at the end of 6 months? Okay, if you do it by yourself, what are you looking to do? If you do it with me, what are you looking to do? What do you want your 6 months to look like? This gives me an opportunity to see where their head is. They might just say, look, I'm looking to, just have some research done. Or they might say, I'm looking to have 10 clients. It gives me an idea where this person's mind is and what opportunities I might have later on to really adjust their expectations and to emphasize certain things about the program if we get to that part. The next question is, what have you done to accomplish your goals? If they said I haven't done anything or nothing, period, and they don't have any follow-up, you might want to pay close attention to their motivation when you're speaking to them. If they say I haven't done anything because I don't know where to start, well, it does indicate that they are willing to start, but they don't know what to do first and they might be overwhelmed. But really read the question and try to understand where this person's mind is at. If they have nothing or if they just have three dots, you might want to be interested into like, what's the three dots about? Like, have you just not thought of doing anything? Do you not care enough? Okay. What is holding you back from reaching your goals? Have them tell you what's holding them back. They might just say, I'm afraid of failure. I'm afraid of losing my money. I'm afraid of whatever, or I don't know where to start, or I'm really scared, or whatever the case may be. But let them express to you what is holding them back. Where are they in their business development? This question is going to be different for you because your niche might be different. So you might be into fitness, you might be into personal development. Whatever the case may be, ask a question that has a couple of levels, or you might even put a scaling question here, but has a couple of levels where you get to see where they are in their growth process. Okay. This program is focused on pre-startup and startup clients, mostly pre-startup, but anybody who's 6 months or younger in their business. If you're in the growth phase, BLPS is not going to help you out. But me and you can talk on a one-on-one basis, or I might just refer you out to another business or another colleague who does handle somebody at the growth phase. Exit. Again, I would refer you out to somebody who handles clients at the exit phase. How committed are you to reaching your goals? Now listen, if they have anything under a 4, don't waste your time. Okay? If they're undecided, if they're 2, if they're 1, don't waste your time. Refer them to one of your other programs and services that you have that doesn't require your time and that it's not costing them a lot of money. But you don't want to mess with them at that stage. You want them to be close to a 4 or 5, okay? If you're on a scale of 1 to 10, you want them to be at an 8, at least an 8. A 7, but an 8 is good. An 8 is saying like, I really want to do this. I just don't know how. I'm afraid. There's something holding them back, but it's a short leap from an 8 to a 10 than it is from a 7 to a 10. You see what I'm saying? So you want them to be at the end closer to the very committed. If they're not saying they're committed or completely committed or totally committed, then refer them to another service that you have. Are you ready to make a financial and time investment in your personal and business development if the opportunity is right? So the first part of this question is asking them, are you willing to figure out how you're going to pay for the service? And are you willing to spend the time to do the work? Yes or no? And then the second part of the question is if the opportunity is right. This acknowledges that, listen, this person may not be ready to make that financial investment because the opportunity isn't right. They don't want to do that. They don't, and it kind of gives you a glimpse into their future objections, okay? If they say, nope, I am not ready to make a financial or time investment, if the opportunity is right, you got to decide if you want to go forward with the call. If you do go forward with the call, make sure your sales game is on and make sure you listen, because you're going to run up against some objections. Definitely run up against some objections, and it's going to be stronger because this person already told you no. Provided the opportunity is right, is there anyone you may have to speak with before making a commitment? One of the objections that people have are, I need to speak to my spouse. I need to speak to my parents. I need to speak to someone else. If they say no, I make my own decisions. And then on the call, they're like, oh, well, I need to speak to somebody else. They're stalling. And you might want to call them out on it gently. Well, on here, you said you didn't have to speak to anybody else. What is really going through your mind? And coach them into finding out what the real problem is and then working with their objection. If so, can you bring them to the call? So if they can, if they do have to talk to somebody, make sure you schedule a call with the both of them. And if they say no, then you might want to get back with that person and say, hey, we're going to reschedule this when that person can come, because I don't want to waste anybody's time. And I want to make sure that all parties are involved are here and ask questions. Usually when people run back and tell their partner, whoever they have to consult, what the program is about or what you're offering, they mess it all up. And are you interviewing other coaches or programs? I think this one is an important question because I want to understand where the person's head is, particularly matched up with the other information above. If they're interviewing someone else, they may be trying, listen out for ways that they may be trying to get additional free services. Well, I'm working with someone else and they gave me 3 free coaching sessions. Can you do the same? No, I gave you all the free stuff. You got free training, you got free, you got free this and that. Right now, we're talking about really getting into it. We're talking about, is this program right for you? I think you're smart enough and you know enough to, especially in speaking about everything we just discussed, to know if this is right for you. So this is how you pre-qualify. Make sure that they answer questions. Always put them to give them a link to your calendar, because people who are serious about taking the next step or learning more will book they will book an appointment. They will book a session. And those who are just playing around will not book a session. You need to see some effort in the lead to make sure that they're serious.